Okay, wanted to do a quick video. I've pocket carried for years, wanted to move up to something a little bit bigger, a little bit more capacity, and pocket carry is extremely comfortable, but it's really slow. So looking around at the different carry options, wanted to try Appendix. So looked around, trying to decide on what holster I wanted to start with. I had an Alien Gear Shapeshift, and you can make that into an appendix carry. However, it was very limited in what you could do to adjust it. I just didn't really like it. So looking around online, picked the Velo 5 from Tenicor, because I think the two main things that kind of set it apart is the amount of adjustability for the belt clips, as well as it has kind of a wedge built into the back. So got the Tenicor Velo 5. It is pretty much, a plain Kydex holster. It does have the wedge kind of built in on the back, but I got it, and as you can see from this one, this is highly modified at this point. But when I first got it, it did not have the leather wrap. And one thing I've done is add some closed cell foam to the back. So none of that was on it when I got it. And what I found was a lot of people say we help make appendix carry more comfortable. Appendix carry isn't comfortable. I mean, especially someone who's done pocket carry for years. Appendix carry is not comfortable, but it is so fast. It is really nice, and I want to move to it. And I think I found this is just about where I want it. So when I got the Velo 5, it was pretty much the plain Kydex holster. It had the two clips here. These clips are made to where they can move up and down vertically, and you have 3 different positions that you can position them. I have it right now on the 2 outside ones. So there was a lot of height adjustment that you could do, and moving where the clips are on the holster. One thing I found is I wanted to try to get more cant, although then the funny thing is they came right back to doing more or less vertical. So these clips, which you can't really see, they have 2 vertical channels for the screws here, so that they move up and down quite a bit, but they only do a little bit. I did find that you can order the clips that will have 1 screw in the bottom, and then the top allows you to do a lot more cant adjustment, but I ended up not going with those, just going with the normal ones. Next, as far as appendix, you want something to push it or rotate it into your body so that the handle is flush against your body and not out and printing. And what comes with the Velo 5 is these 3 posts. There's a large, medium, and small. And these either can go here or here, depending on where you set the belt loops. And one thing I found was, especially with the belt loop right here, this does not really rotate it enough for me. The handle was kind of floating. So what I ended up doing was ordering a Tier 1 concealment claw, which is just an arm with 4 adjustable height, well, I guess 5 if you include the bottom one, but adjustable heights on the claw. And I modified it to fit the screw holes on this. So now when this is in place, my belt over here really presses the grip back into my stomach, so that makes it not print and stay close to the body. I really like the way this came out. The next thing I found was, again, when this comes, it's just the Kydex holster, does not have the closed cell foam, does not have the leather backer. So when you have this in place and you bend over, back here, this pretty sharp Kydex edge, and then down here, this sharp Kydex edge, both of those pushed in rather uncomfortably, as well as just with the appendix holster in place, either against my leg or against other parts. You had the Kydex, which is rounded, but it's still Kydex. It was still not comfortable to me. So what I ended up doing was ordering just sticky backed closed cell foam. Here's a piece of it, 1/4 inch closed cell foam with a adhesive back that you just peel it off and act like tape. And this made it so much more comfortable. This was so much better with the foam. Here, I have foam all the way around, kind of a U shape where it's actually touching me. I don't really care about foam on the side that's out towards my pants. This made it much better, but this closed cell foam, especially where the adhesive is, just wearing it in my pants, it was starting to rip the foam off and the foam was coming unglued and all that kind of stuff. So one other thing is up here, you'll notice I do not have the pistol that goes in this, but the pistol actually sits, the end of the slide is up here where this leather backer is. So the closed cell foam, if I wanted to do it all the way up here to actually kind of pad between the gun and my stomach, the closed cell foam was just ripping off, so it kind of naturally ripped off right there at the top. So with all those things, I was like, well, I need something to put over the closed cell foam to where it'll hold the closed cell foam in place, and I wanted something a little bit more permanent just to add a padding between my stomach and the slide, because there are some sharp edges there that were not comfortable. So I ended up cutting a piece of leather. The only part securing the leather to the holster is 4 holes going through the screws for the clips. I got a little bit longer screws and some washers to put the leather on, and it's working really nicely. So if you'll notice here, all the way around, anywhere that it's going to be touching me, it's smooth leather, and in between the leather and the holster itself, there's closed cell foam. So this is, I won't say this is comfortable, because yeah, I'm sure I'll get used to it over time, but it's not comfortable. You have a holster inside your waistband where you don't normally have a holster. So it's as comfortable as you can make it for what you want to do for carry. So yeah, that's my modified Velo 5. The main modifications again is I bought extra clips for it to do adjustable cant to give me more cant. I end up going back to the ones that came with it just for the height adjustment, and it's sitting nicely. I added the claw from Tier 1 concealment to push this in much better. And then the closed cell foam and the leather, closed cell foam for the padding, the leather more to keep the closed cell foam in place and provide an extra just smooth surface for the holster. And it's working really nicely. I really like the way this came out, and yeah. One extra thing I wanted to add that I forgot to put in the initial video is the belt for this. I had an existing quote-unquote gun belt from Wilderness Outpost that was an excellent belt. It's lasted me for years, but if you're going to do appendix, and I think this would also apply any inside the waistband, you know, whatever position you wanted to wear inside the waistband, is I found one belt that's doing great, but I don't like the way you put it on and take it off. I'll probably do another video on this later, but I have another belt from Next Belt on order that I'm going to try out. But what these have in common is that they have reinforced sections for holding the gun, but then there's other sections of the belt that are elastic or stretchable. And the point there is that, okay, if you're just walking around, it holds it in place, but if you do sit down, instead of your body being the part that gives from this going in or out, you have some give in the belt through the elastic, which will make it more comfortable for moving around and especially sitting with this in place.